Afternoon to you today. We've literally just finished having a briefing with Gauteng MEC for Human Settlement, Mr. Uhuru Moiloa, giving the media a briefing around some of the key issues on human development issues in the province. We're talking around the issue of the Freedom Park residents. We're talking around the issue of some of the service delivery protests around housing and development, as well as around the issue of water. The Val Dam system has really experienced quite a number of challenges, and the MEC is with me now, and he's going to discuss some of these issues. Thank you so much, MEC. Let's get into it. The very first issue is around the rapid land program that you've implemented in the program. Just briefly give me some of the key points that you discussed in the briefing.
We have successfully identified a few hundred hectares of land, thousands of hectares of land across the length and breadth of the province. We have appointed professional resource teams that are now working on the planning protocols and processes. They are almost at 85–90% performance, the three companies that have been appointed. And hopefully in the next week or so we'll receive a report with regard to the preliminary planning work that they have done. We're looking forward to breaking the ground in the new year, in the new financial year, so that we can get into the business of making service sites available to the residents.
Another big issue is communication with the residents. That's been a massive issue, consultation with residents affected by the program.
We are never going to communicate enough. Our job is to communicate government policies to the beneficiaries of public policy. And our responsibility to ensure that we put into place public participation mechanisms. To that extent, we have moved around the 5 regions of Gauteng, convening Human Settlement Development Summit. We had hoped that we will convene a provincial land and human development summit before the end of this financial year. It looks like we will not succeed. Maybe we will. This is part of development communication, so that we walk the path with the people we are seeking to develop this sites with. And I must say to you, the development that we have undertaken with the people have built so much confidence, and there's so much traction with the people. There are queues and queues and queues of people that are registering in our service delivery centers across the 5 regions, the development corridors, and we're looking forward to looking as to among those who are those that earns above 3,500 rand and 22,000 rand, because that is the bracket of people that are referred to as a gap market that qualifies for finance leak individual subsidy program and rapid land service land release program.
Right. There are also, in some of the positives that you've told us and given us feedback about, there are challenges, specifically municipalities that have been performing very poorly.
Well, you know, municipalities perform at different rates. Some are performing well, some are performing not that well, some are performing bad. And in many respects, this is a result of system and structures. The history of municipalities in this country is such that you would have those variables in how municipalities work. In part because the people who reside in these municipalities have not as yet internalized how the municipality works. That the best performing municipality is the municipality that collects revenue in order to finance the development for its people. The challenge in our country is that we have citizens that seems not to be at the point at which they should partner with the municipality and pay for services. And that's why we're making a call for the people of Gauteng across all municipalities to pay for the services, because once you pay for the service, you've got the right to demand quality services.
All right, MEC, my final question around the issue of water and the Val. Various interventions have been put in place. Just give us a quick overview of that.
The interventions that we made since we came into the department with Minister of Water and Sanitation, Minister Nkwinti, Dr. Zolim Kisev, Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, the Minister of Human Settlement, the President of the Republic, now the Minister of Finance in his medium-term budget policy statement, who made a bold announcement that the national government has taken the Vaal River system and the spillage into the Vaal River, the crash that has been caused by work stoppages and construction stoppages in the area has to be history of our past. There is now work underway. Model 6 is about to be completed at the end of the financial year, hopefully. And Module 7 will start in the new financial year according to a memorandum of agreement that we signed with the communities of Sebokeng and Sedibeng region. And we're looking forward to the commissioning of Module 6 so that I can now get down into the business of developing houses for people of Freedom Park, for people of Lehigh, for people of Ennerdale, of Eldorado Park, for people of the south of Johannesburg, so that I can get down into the business of now getting subsidy approvals for the River City, which we have been waiting for the past 10 years.
All right. Thank you so much. That was the MEC of Human Settlements in Gauteng, Mr. Uhuru Moiloa, giving us an update of the briefing that he had with the media around human settlement issues, around housing, around development, infrastructure in the city of Gauteng. For now, it's back to you in the studio.